What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nuriel and this here is Jackson, and in today's video I'm gonna give you guys an update on how Jackson is doing on his therapy training. So why do I want Jackson to become a therapy dog? Well, quite frankly, I want Jackson to become a therapy dog because I want him to visit hospitals and places and just visit kids or people in general and bring smiles to their faces. I think it would be a great way for Jackson to give back to the community and for me to help out too in any way possible. Currently, Jackson is 7 months old and he is around 33 pounds. For the first 3 months, I really honed in on commands and socializing Jackson to set him up later in life. So he's got the basic commands down, like sit, stay, lie down, and I'm gonna make a separate video on this actually, but those commands are part of the CGC test, which is a test that is required in order for Jackson to become a therapy dog. So I'm gonna make a separate video on that, but he is probably like halfway through with that test. For those first 3 months or so, I really wished I honed in more on loose leash walking. And if you guys don't know what loose leash walking is, it's basically just walking your dog and having him or her by your side without them lunging forward or being too energetic or anything like that. I'd probably say he's around 70% done with knowing how to loose leash walk. And again, I just wish I kind of made that more of a habit early on in his puppyhood. Another thing that I worked on early on was his socialization. I introduced Jackson to a lot of things, a lot of people, a lot of experiences, a lot of different circumstances early on, just so that he won't be as afraid early on or anxious or uncomfortable when those circumstances do come his way. So for example, because I want him to visit kids in hospitals specifically, I made sure to socialize him with a lot of kids early on, and Jackson already loves kids so much. Every time Jackson sees a kid while we're walking in the neighborhood, he gets so excited. He just wants to play with them. So I definitely, again, really push the kid factor into his life early on. Jackson's been on car rides, he's been to outside gas stations, into stores, Home Depot, Lowe's, PetSmart, Petco, a whole bunch. He's been to dog parks, he socialized with cats early on. So I can definitely say with confidence that Jackson is socialized very much to the point where it's like hopefully any new experience won't be too new to him. So that was for the first 3 months of his life, and the last 3 months-ish of his life, and I spent a lot more behavior correcting / behavior conditioning per se. So for example, Jackson is obviously an Aussie Doodle, as a lot of you guys know, and Aussie Doodles tend to be very energetic and sometimes even hyper. Although his personality tends to be very shy and low-key, that energy still kind of shines through, and there's nothing wrong with that. But to be a therapy dog, I want him to be very calm and collected when he's in these places, in hospitals, in people's rooms, and I don't want him to be jumping over or causing a ruckus or anything like that. And not that he did that before, but I've been really positively reinforcing his calm behavior. So for example, whenever he's sleeping or if he's just laying on the ground, kind of just like taking a nap or just resting, I would be sure to give him treats when he does so, just so that again, he will subconsciously know that being calm and collected, he will get rewarded, he will get treats. Another big thing that we've been working on the past few months, and if you guys have an Aussie Doodle, you can definitely attest to this, or maybe even just an Aussie or a Poodle in general, is the biting, the nipping, and the herding. So because they are a herding breed, meaning they are instinctively trying to want to herd cattle, Jackson tends to nip and bite at ankles, or at least he did early on. And from that point on, I really made sure to kind of correct his nipping, his biting, to redirect with any toy. If he tries to nip and play while we're cuddling, I'm definitely trying to redirect. Submissive commands such as sit and down really help in calming down that nipping. I'll probably make a separate video on how to stop that, but over time, and maybe it's just Jackson's demeanor, his biting has significantly dropped ever since he reached probably like 6 months of age. Like, he used to bite so much, and it wasn't nothing vicious or anything like that. It was just kind of just like pinchy almost. But again, over time, his biting / nipping has gone way down, and I'm happy to see that. I would say last month or so, for a good 2 weeks, he went through this barking stage, and I'm pretty sure that was probably just his like teenage adolescent stage where he was kind of just talking back and kind of just like, you know, being rebellious and all of that. At first I thought that was going to be a concern because he's never barked his entire life, but after those 2 weeks he kind of stopped. I don't know, it was kind of just a phase, and I'm glad that it was a phase. And if you guys' barking / nipping is a problem, just do know that it will pass over time as long as you guys are obviously consistent with the positive reinforcement. Just to sum it all up, the past 3 months I've really been working on helping him be calm, just because of just his breed and who he is. Like, he again is very energetic, very hyper at times. He gets very excited around people, around new things, and he's very curious. And again, that is really great, but at the same time I also want to in a way strengthen his calmer side and make sure that he will be able to be calm in certain situations, in crowded situations when 5 or 6 kids are petting him. So definitely I've been working on that, and I'm continuing to work on that to this day. And so yeah, this concludes this video. I just wanted to give you guys a small / quick update on how Jackson is doing with therapy training. Depending on how these next few months go, I either might continue to do personal therapy training with Jackson, or I might actually enroll him in a therapy training class. We'll have to see. I'll definitely give you guys an update if so. I'll definitely say like Jackson has a great foundation for being a therapy dog, and I just want to say thank you guys for following his journey, not only with our therapy training but also for just Jackson in general. If you guys haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, as it really means a lot to Jackson and me. Tell your dogs you love them. Jackson, I love you. Thank you guys for watching, and have an amazing day. You're gonna be the best therapy dog, Jackson. You guys have it. You like see how calm he was in that answer? Calm, cool, and collected.